Raiders!
Go Raiders!
Hey, we're here at Dre's nightclub, and the fans are out here celebrating the Raiders' great offseason. We don't have any early picks, but we still got a couple of picks late in the draft, and so the people are here, man, just celebrating Raider Nation.
Go Raiders!
Go Raiders!
Hey, we're here at Dre's nightclub, and the fans are out here celebrating the Raiders' great offseason. We don't have any early picks, but we still got a couple of picks late in the draft, and so the people are here, man, just celebrating Raider Nation.
It's a celebration, and it's over. The 2022 NFL Draft came and went, and Las Vegas won. So with that, I say hello and welcome to Sports Night, Las Vegas's best local sports show. I'm your guy, Brian Salmon. Tonight, Jesse Merrick will take a look back at the Raiders draft class and how our Las Vegas Raiders fared with their picks. And I'll open up an old wound and wrap up the Golden Knights finale into a nice little tight bow. Plus, I'll pull back the curtain on the Parlor Game Celebrity Basketball Tournament with Floyd Mayweather and Raiders second-year player Nate Hobbs, who was a boss on the basketball court. So, kick up your feet, turn up your TV, and get ready for Sports Night starting right now.
Live from News 3, this is Sports Night in Las Vegas.
Well, Las Vegas flourished and survived the 2022 NFL Draft while our Las Vegas Raiders entered the historic event with 5 picks and finished with 6 players. Jesse Merrick has more on the Silver and Black and their 2022 NFL Draft class.
We're going to build a culture that is sustained by high character people that work hard to meet that championship standard.
The fabric of our culture will be to evaluate and evolve consistently to make sure that we are always operating at a championship level.
Thank you so much.
Well, the draft is officially over, and it was the first opportunity for those two guys that you just saw there to dive into the draft together as co-workers here in Vegas. Dave Ziegler, the GM, Josh McDaniels, the head coach, obviously having a great time adding some new faces here to the Las Vegas Raiders.
It was a lot of fun. These are special events regardless, and so for us to have an opportunity to share this is just one of hopefully many that we get to share together.
Only time will tell if that's the case, but if this year's class works out, it could go a long way in laying the foundation for this duo's future moving forward. Taking a look at their 6 draft picks in this year's class, it's more of a meat and potatoes draft, grabbing a pair of power backs, 2 versatile offensive linemen, and a pair of DNs who have played all over the defensive front. And looking at this class, it's clear to see they practice what they preach, going after the best player available rather than reaching for needs.
Each organization is going to evaluate these players differently, and we're not all going to have the same grades on the same players. We understand that, and we try to do the best we can of evaluating what the player would be for the Raiders. It doesn't really matter what they would be for any other team. It's in our system, the way we saw the players, the way we scouted them, the way we evaluated them, the way we would use them. This is the grade that was on that player, and that there's a lot of work that goes into each grade. And so when you trust the work and then you get to the draft and you say, listen, it's the best thing to do for us is to add the best players we can. And if you understand that from the beginning, the process itself is kind of simplistic.
Simplistic, but it's hard to not notice that the Raiders now have 12 interior offensive linemen, 7 running backs, and 8 defensive tackles on their roster. Big numbers at those positions, but Ziegler says it's all about their aim to add depth and competition at every level.
The way that we look at all positions, there's different roles to be filled. You have sub running backs, you have change of pace running backs, you have first and second down running backs, and so there's going to be different roles to fill throughout that position group. You could look at defensive tackle. You're going to have guys that play in sub, guys that play in base. Same thing at linebacker, so on and so forth. So there's different roles, and there's going to be competition for those roles.
And the running back spot is an interesting one to watch as Josh Jacobs and Kenyon Drake enter the last year of their contracts with the Raiders. Ziegler and McDaniels added UCLA's Britton Brown, who averaged over 6 yards per carry over the last 2 years, and traded up for Georgia's Zamir White in the 4th round, a power runner who brings 4.4 40 speed to the table.
He's a physical, tough downhill runner. He's got burst and speed, and You know, he'll be physical and blitz pickup. They didn't throw him the ball a ton, but you know, he's got adequate ability in the passing game. But just a tough kid who's going to bring some skills into that running back room, and know he's going to compete his butt off and try to earn whatever role he can.
So with that, next up for the Raiders is the start of OTAs in late May, which will be our first opportunity to see a lot of these guys in silver and black for the first time. Brian, obviously, can't wait for all of that.